Good afternoon and welcome to the LPN Daily Show for October the 14th, 2019. It is the afternoon show. I am Drew Walker, the community liaison here at the news. Thanks for joining me. As always, we can be found online at livingstonparishnews.com. It's $5 a month for an online subscription. You can get all of the news that we put out throughout the day on the website. We have news, sports, lifestyle, arts and entertainment, business, opinion, everything you're looking for. Also, if you caught up on the election results, we do have stories on all the local races available at the website, so please check those out. They're also on our social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. These shows, the morning and afternoon daily shows, breeze and raining tonight, showers early, becoming a steady rain late, a low of about 64, winds light variable, chance of rain 100%. Rainfall it's looking like perhaps half an inch, and locally heavier is possible. So that weather is definitely affecting traffic right now. The interstate is pretty messy. If you're coming in from Baton Rouge towards Livingston Parish, there are some significant slowdowns, basically from West Baton Rouge Parish all the way through. There is some breakup at between Sherwood and O'Neill, but after O'Neill it slows down again coming into Denham Springs. Locally, there are two wrecks to report, both on 190 right now between Hatchell Lane and Eden Church Road, which is not going to be fun, as that area always slows down at this time of day as you're headed towards Juban. Juban itself looks clear, which is a little surprising right now. 1027, which is, I believe, Lockhart Road, is heavily backed up right now, particularly as you're approaching Linder Road. So be aware of that. Range north of 190, there are some slowdowns around the school, as is fairly typical at this time of day, and a couple of hot spots on range between 190 and I-12. In Walker, 447 around 190, and Burgess has some slowdowns, as does 447 around the interstate. Once again, the weather is messing with everybody right now. The traffic is going to be what rain traffic is in this area, so just be aware of that. Again, there are two accidents on 190 eastbound between Hatchell and Eden Church Road, so be on the lookout for those. We'll turn to headlines now, and starting with some terribly sad news. Albany Police Chief Russell Hutchinson, the longest-serving police chief in Louisiana, passed away today, according to the mayor, Eileen Bates McCarroll. Hutchinson passed away at 7:10 a.m. this morning, at home with his family present. He was 71 years old. Last year, Hutchinson was elected to his 11th term as police chief, but in a small town such as Albany, he was more than a public official. He was not only my police chief, but a childhood friend, McCarroll said. I've lived across the street from him since 1978. Chief Hutchinson has served as Albany Police Chief for 41 years. Our deepest condolences to his family. A drainage project will close LA 1028 Old River Road, approximately 3/4 of a mile north of LA 16, between Sage Meadow Drive and Pecan Grove Drive, according to Wesley Kennebrew, who is the manager of Gravity Drainage District 1. The road will be closed from 8 a.m. Tuesday, October 15th, which is tomorrow, through 3 p.m. Friday, October 18th. So again, Old River Road will be closed between Sage Meadow Drive and Pecan Grove Drive, beginning at 8 a.m. tomorrow and reopening again 3 p.m. on Friday. There is more road construction that motorists traveling LA 16 will face. This is north of Denham Springs. So intermittent lane closures will continue this week, Tuesday through Saturday, for work on a section of LA 16 north of Denham, according to DOTD. The lane closures are for crews to patch and seal the roadway, and it'll run from Fairlane Drive, which is near Leah's Tire and Automotive, north to the Lockhart Magnolia Beach Road, which is LA 64 intersection. The closures will be from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Tuesday through Thursday, October 15th and 17th through 17th. Again, that starts tomorrow. And from 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. Friday and Saturday, October 18th and 19th. A public hearing to amend the city budget and the introduction of another budget amendment are on the agenda for the Walker City Council's meeting on Monday, tonight. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. at City Hall. The public hearing is for budget amendment number 7 for the relocation of natural gas lines on Dunn Road and residential expansion on Forest Alat Road. The City Council also will introduce budget amendment number 8 and schedule a date for its public hearing to move $200,000 to the streets drainage budget. They'll also consider 6 resolutions on a variety of topics that will be presented by Chief of Operations Jamie Etheridge. Middle schoolers chased rubber balls, hopped in potato sacks, tossed eggs, carried one another on their backs, arranged cups in a pyramid, and whizzed through a test. The 2019 Academic Fun Bowl was back with a familiar champion. Students from French Settlement Elementary, Southside Junior High, North Corbin Junior High, Maurepas, and Holden competed in the event, which is one of the most popular at the Livingston Parish Fair. The fair was in its 82nd edition and concluded yesterday. The competition took place on the parish fairgrounds inside the rodeo arena on Thursday, October 10th. Each school was allowed 8 students per team, though students were allowed to rotate in the competition. French Settlement Elementary claimed its 4th consecutive Academic Fun Bowl title by winning 4 of the 7 events. That's all the news we have for today. There'll be plenty more coming out this evening, so be sure to check our website. Again, that is livingstonparishnews.com. You can read more about those stories as well as what's coming out. If you want to catch up on the election results, all of the information is there as well. Give us a like and a follow on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you'd like to watch the replays of these daily shows, both the morning and afternoon editions, we have video and audio versions available at livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. You can also find our long-form podcast, the LPN Weekly, there, as well as on major podcast apps, including Apple, Google, and Spotify. One last look at weather and traffic. Again, the weather has been quite miserable all day today, though thankfully not hot. It is currently 72 degrees. Tonight, a low about 64. It's going to rain. They're saying about a half an inch is possible, with possibly locally heavier rainfall. And that weather is brought to us by our partners at vrproud.com, which is WVLA NBC 33 and WGMB Fox 44. The traffic, as you can imagine, with that kind of weather is not good. The interstate is pretty heavily backed up right now, headed into Denham Springs from the Baton Rouge area, headed east on I-12, so be aware of that. Range Avenue between 12 and 190 is starting to pick up some delays. Around the high school is actually clearing up a little bit, so that's nice. Again, there are 2 accidents still being reported on 190 between Hatchell Lane and Eden Church Road, headed eastbound towards Walker. Jubin is still fairly clean right now, so be aware of that. And Lockhart is still pretty backed up, actually from about Linder until Burgess Road, so be aware of that. Again, this has been the LPN Daily Show for the afternoon of October the 14th, 2019. I'm Drew Walker, and thank you for joining me.